Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a foundation review for you guys, and this is on the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup Foundation. So this just came out, and I picked mine up on the Estee Lauder website. Honestly, I don't think it's in other stores yet. Like, I know it's coming to Sephora in July, and I think even like in stores mid-July. But I was able to pick mine up on the Estee Lauder website. So let me tell you guys a little bit about the details of the product, and then I will go into my thoughts and opinion of the foundation. So this foundation retails for $42 on the Estee Lauder website, and as of right now it looks like there are only 12 shades, but it's kind of on a pre-order, so I'm not sure if that's all the shades that are going to be in this line or if there are going to be additional shades that come out like once the full release hits. But as of right now, it looks like it's lacking on the deeper tones. There's only like really 2 deeper tones in this foundation line as of right now. But like I said, I don't know if they're adding more colors, because in the original Estee Lauder Double Wear, there are a ton of shades, and I feel like it's a very nice shade range all the way from light to dark. So I'm not quite sure. But this says, let's see, and I believe you also get 1 fluid ounce in the bottle. It's kind of just your standard packaging. Unfortunately, it does not come with a pump, which, you know, as you know, with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, you don't get a pump either. But what I did with my other one is I just bought a pump from MAC and then put that in there. So I'll probably do that with this one as well. But let me tell you a little bit about the product and what it claims. So basically it says it's got 24 hours staying power. I don't know about that because I'm not going to wear my foundation for 24 hours. But basically it says that it's water light, long wearing makeup feels like you have nothing on, it moves comfortably with your skin, looks fresh, natural, healthy, and even toned. So basically it claims to be a light to medium coverage, it has a real skin / satin finish, it has broad spectrum SPF 30, it is oil free, oil controlling, it's hydrating, dermatologist tested, and says it won't clog pores, and also fragrance free. So that's about all the claims that it lists on the actual Estee Lauder site. So this says to shake well before use, which I totally agree with. It's a very liquidy consistency. Definitely a lot more runny than like the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Obviously this is not going to be as thick because it's not supposed to be as full coverage as the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So this is going to be, I think, perfect more for like the summer because it definitely is a light to medium coverage. I think it is a little bit buildable, like you can build it to a decent medium, but you're not going to get full coverage out of this foundation by any means. So if that's what you like in a foundation, I don't think you will like this. I agree that it totally feels lightweight on the skin, and I will say that it does have a very natural to satin finish. I don't know that I would agree with it being oil controlling. I do have very oily skin, especially in my T-zone, and I tend to get oily honestly with any foundation. Even like the most mattifying foundation, I'll still get oily like in my T-zone. But I feel like with this one that I tend to get pretty oily early on, and I have to really set the foundation well in order to prevent that. So I don't know that I would agree and say that it's oil controlling, but even with my oily skin, I still wear this foundation. I just like that it's lightweight, it really evens out my complexion, and I think it feels very light on the skin. Honestly, it feels like you have nothing on the skin. So I plan to use this for summer, especially when I know I'm going to be like outdoors. I think it's good that it has a little bit of SPF in it to help protect your skin from the sun. So honestly, I think this could be used with all skin types, whether you're dry, normal, or oily. I think honestly, if you are more normal to dry, you may like this a little bit more than oily skin type girls, just because I feel like it is very hydrating. And personally for me, it can get a little oily in the T-zone. Honestly, I don't mind it. I have to touch up no matter what foundation I wear. So as long as I have some blotting sheets and like a translucent powder, I'm fine. I think this wears very beautifully. It doesn't break up in like the areas where I get oily, which is a huge thing for me, because if I get oily and the foundation starts to separate, that's a no-go for me. I will not use it. So this touches up beautifully. You know, you just pat your skin with an oil sheet and it does not take off any of the makeup. It doesn't get weird when you add powder over it. So for me, I think this is a great everyday foundation. I honestly don't know how far it will go though, because I feel like I use a lot of it. I feel like it's a very runny consistency, and you kind of have to use a lot of product. So I'm curious to see how long this will last, being that it is still, I think, on the pricier end for foundations. On the Estee Lauder website, they had like a 15% off coupon if you signed up for emails. So that's what I did. So I ended up paying like 35 bucks for this, which I don't think is bad at all. I have worn this foundation all day to work, and I worked 10-hour shifts, and it lasted throughout the day. Like I said, I did have to touch up a little bit, but it wore nicely throughout the day. It didn't separate, didn't cling to dry patches. It didn't cause like any creasing or weirdness on my face. So I have nothing good things to say about this foundation. I think it's great. I plan to use this throughout the summer. If you guys have any questions about it, leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. It is what I have on my face today, and like I said, I will show you guys the demo as well, kind of the before and after and how it evens out my skin tone and just the amount of coverage that you get and so on. Alright guys, so I've already primed my skin, and then I'm going in and doing half of my face with a beauty blender. As you can see, it blends out very nicely with the beauty blender. The foundation covers up all of my redness very nicely, and it just really evens out my complexion, but yet still looks very natural and lightweight. As you can see, it just really evens out like the redness around my nose. And then I'm going to do the other half of my face with the flat top kabuki brush, and I'm just blending that into the skin, kind of buffing it in. And I actually liked the application with the brush a little bit better just because it wasn't as luminous, and I do have oily skin. So it gave me more of like a satin finish, and I absolutely love it. I think this is a great lightweight foundation. If you guys want to see me do a like battle of the foundations of the Estee Lauder Double Wear versus the Double Wear Nude Water Fresh makeup, let me know. I can do that for you guys as well. Maybe kind of just do half of my face with one foundation and, you know, the other half on the other side, just to kind of compare and see the difference in coverage and wear time and that sort of thing. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. But otherwise, like I said, I have nothing but great things to say about this foundation. I hope this review was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions for any other foundation reviews or any other reviews for that matter, let me know. I'm always happy to do that for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.